Welcome back, everyone, and sorry for being a little late to the draw on this one, but I was not able to make any videos earlier this week, or for the last week. I was sick. It was terrible. Children are wonderful, but oh my god, they bring home the worst of the worst. Anyway, I appreciate you guys jumping on, and minus all the bugs that we are all experiencing, or at least some of us, it's still a hell of a patch. I, for one, am very excited that elevators have finally made it in the game and we actually have persistent-ish hangars. At least we can access all the stuff, toss it on a ship from the hangar. I really want vehicle-to-vehicle loading in hangars, but we're not there yet. Regardless, I'm pretty stoked. First up, we have the whole C today, $50 less than it is normally. So that's a good discount there. Prowler really is the best bet here, guys. At $4.40, $10, there you go. So spend $10 for a $50 discount. That's pretty good. That's one of the better sale items we like to see there. Going down the stack, the 600i Touring has not made the docket yet. I don't know if it ever will. They're probably going to just turn this into something like they did with the Retaliator and make it into... I don't know if that's true. I mean, my guess is most of these ships that have different variations are all going to be like modular in the future. It's just a guess. I don't know how long that's going to take, and I haven't heard anything official about it, but it does make sense based on what they're doing now. So I don't see this ever hitting Warbond CCU sale, but I could be wrong. You never know. Some people might want to jump from the Reclaimer or the C2. Again, the C2 is going to come up next. We'll talk about that in a minute here. They're both $400 ships. Genesis is out because it's a concept still. The $400 jump, first off, you're spending $50 for a $50 discount, so it's a 1-to-1. Still not a bad ratio, but you can get better with the Prowler, right? It's 10. Spend 10 for a $50 discount. So A, it's better there, and B, you can probably get, when the Prowler goes back on sale, right, it's going to be $420. Yeah, all the potheads are giggling right now. It's a $20 discount, at least it was last time, right? So anything under $420, so $415 or less, will be a ship you can upgrade from to the Prowler CCU. So that could be the Reclaimer or the C2. So when the Prowler comes back around at some point, you'll probably be looking for a C2 to Prowler upgrade. My guess was at maybe 10 for 20 or something, right? 40, 10 to, I don't know how it'll work out, because it'd be 420 for the Prowler, right? Which means, so 20 for 20. It's a 1-for-1. That's still a decent ratio. And again, it could be the Reclaimer, who knows, but the C2 is up now, which is why I'm bringing it up. It would make, again, if you don't want to get the Prowler for whatever reason, and you want to skip to whatever is available right now, which is not what I'm recommending, if you're going for the $400 mark or something, the C2 is still better than the Reclaimer if you want to make that kind of a jump. But for this one, Prowler's best. That's what I'm recommending. As mentioned before, next up is a C2 Herc. $30 off the top. Let's see what's available. So most of these are either concept ships or extremely rare release ships that have never once hit the CCU Warbond game docket. So Conning Phoenix, rare. Glaive, rare and special release. Endeavor, concept. Crucible, concept. Phoenix Emerald, extremely rare release. So all we have is the Gemini Caterpillar Redeemer. Some folks might want to jump to the Redeemer because it's available here. It'll come up next as well. The Starfarer Gemini is the best bet, though. 30 for 30, that's a 1-to-1 ratio. If you go down to the Caterpillar or even Redeemer, 40 for 30. It's not what we like to do. It's not going to maximize your discount. So, Starfarer Gemini, that's the only one to do. If you're trying to finish a chain today and all you need are a couple last steps where the Gemini and C2 Herc are in it, as well as whatever comes next, I guess Redeemer to Starfarer or something, just buy them separate, right? Redeemer, we'll go through that one next. But let's say you get the Redeemer today as well. It's $10 more to get from that to the Gemini. Just buy those separate. That's the way to maximize savings, because you can use in-store credit versus being out of pocket for any money. Well, again, this is assuming you have in-store credit, because most of us do. If you're brand new to the game, you probably don't have any store credit. And in that case, I would still say, even if you're spending new money, don't jump directly from the Redeemer to the Herc, even if you're getting the Redeemer today as well in a CCU Warbond. I say that because as long as you don't apply these things, they can sit in your hangar and gather dust. And as long as you don't apply them, you can trade them back into the store or use them differently in a different chain. That's why I always recommend to try and maximize the savings, which is a Starfarer Gemini in this case. Again, if this is like the last 2 steps or something where you need to get from the Redeemer to the C2, like you have the Redeemer already and the C2 is the final ship in your chain, I guess that's the only time I would say, yeah, go ahead and buy it if you're going to apply it today. If you're not going to apply it today, don't make that jump. Spend the $10 in either store credit or in an additional purchase. It's just better that way, because you can always change your mind. And if you go from here to here and decide, okay, well, I don't want to make that jump, that was a bad idea, you make that decision a week from now, you won't be able to go back and grab the Starfarer Gemini, which is less money to begin with. So that's why I always say that. And that's why the Gemini is the best deal today for going to the C2. Redeemer also has a Warbond today, another $30 discount, so that's a pretty good one. Let's see what we have available here. Harbinger, Sentinel, Blade, all great choices. But Harbinger's less money out of pocket, $10 for 30 savings. That's the way to do it, right? It's a 3-to-1 ratio. That's really good. Just get the Harbinger. Just get the Harbinger. Do it. Harbinger's had what? 1, 2, at least 2, 3, at least 3. So yeah, I would go with the Harbinger. In fact, this one was this year, very recently. So yeah, that makes sense. A lot of people watching this video probably already have it. It makes the best decision here. So here's an interesting one. The new Saber Peregrine. This is a race ship that was just released as part of 324, I think. May have been part of the ship show. They have so many condensed events right now, it's kind of tough to see what's going where. But I think it was part of 324 where they released the Peregrine. I think it was just done at the same time or whatever. I don't know. If you guys know, you can be keyboard warriors and tell me I'm wrong. Doesn't really matter. It is for sale now and has been for about a week. Yeah. So $15 discount off the top. Gladiator and SRV. This one's kind of a wash between the SRV and the Gladiator. Going over to the CCU game app, we've got the SRV here. Again, it had 3 right away around its release. Oh yeah, it went up too, didn't it? So the discount version is the original concept version pricing, which is kind of how things roll sometimes. But it's had 3 Warbond sales since it was, I think this was when it was released, by the way. I could be wrong. But again, it's had 3 since then. The Gladiator's only ever had 1 that I can recall. Let me double check that. Again, according to the CCU app, that is correct. It's had 1 sale date previously. This one's a tough call. The SRV's had 1 this year already, so obviously if you just started playing this year, you may have gotten that one already, so that would make a good choice for you. If you've got the Gladiator CCU in your stable already, then that makes a good choice for you. So yeah, you're going to have to make up your own mind on these. The Prospector's another $10, so it's not a great choice. The rest of these, Gladiator's really the way to go, I think. I don't think it's had its gold pass yet either, so the price will increase then. These are tough choices for this one, and that's a weird price point as well. This just range of like 150-ish to like 215 or so. It's just a weird price range. Things always get broken in chains around there, it seems, at least for me. Yeah, so Gladiator, SRV, make the call yourself. If I were going to get it today, I think I've got both, but I'd probably go with the Gladiator. Last but not least, we have the Freelancer Max. Second time it's had a Warbond discount on a CCU sale, $10 off the top, so that's cool. Freelancer Dur has never had a Warbond event yet. Cutlass Red is the best choice here because it's the highest price point, and it's had at least 2 sales that I can think of. 2, 3 maybe more. More often, especially compared to the Dur, at least. 350R has only had 1, plus you're leaving another $10 on the table, or spending an additional $10, I suppose. Hornet Mark 1s are just kind of out, unless I don't even want to touch that with a 10-foot pole right now. The Raft has had a few sales. The C1's had quite a few sales. The Nova's had, I guess, 2. Let's jump over to the CCU game app. So here's the Cuddy Red. It's had 3 different sales. Here's the Freelancer Max, just this one, and then one recently as well. It's rare still. Again, this is number 2. It's still pretty rare. Dur, nothing here. 350R, only 1 back late last year. It's IAE, looks like late November. Raft has had a couple, but it was a while ago. C1 Spirit seems to have them quite often, especially since its release, for a decent discount as well. So there you go. There you have it. Yeah, so that rounds it out today. Those are all the Warbond discount CCUs that are available here. I don't see anything below the Freelancer. Let's double check just to be sure. Anything down here? I don't think so. That'd be an awesome surprise if something like the 300i came up, right? Yeah, nothing down here. Okay. There are a couple other Warbond sales going on, I suppose, so I will let you guys know. Again, I don't recommend buying these packs, but the Saber collection is available. Looks like 4 ships for a slight discount. We also do have a couple of Warbond ships available. Again, not recommending you buy the ships outright unless you really just want to support the game and benefit by having one more ship in your stable. Down here we have the Hull A, which is an interesting choice for this event. It is a slight discount of $10, so there you have it. And then, of course, the Peregrine is still available as well, wherever it is, for a $15 discount. There's also a discount for the Nomad. It's a starter pack, so it includes the game, the ship, crappy insurance. I think this one was 6 months last time I looked. 6 months insurance and some armor that's tossed in for a slight discount. I mean, I suppose if you have a friend who's wants to start right now and they enjoy a multi-purpose ship like the Nomad, which is one of my favorite ships, yeah, go ahead, grab it. That's it for today, guys. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Helps me out. And I hope this video helped you out. Maybe spend a little bit less cash. Anyway, that's it for me, guys. Zi-Tek, out.